everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's your baby girl Juliet or JAKPA, and I'm here again with another video. From the title, you guys already know what today's video is all about. It is all about my immigration story, how I came to the UK, how I've been doing so far. So literally I'm just going to talk to you guys about the whole thing. And yeah, so if it's the very first time stopping by, you are so welcome to my channel. I'm so happy to have you here. And if you haven't subscribed, please click on the subscribe button down there, and also the bell like button to be notified whenever I upload a new video. Trust me, you'll be seeing a lot of interesting video in this channel. Okay, if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. Thank you for coming back to my channel again. Thank you for coming back to watch my video and leaving all your beautiful comments in the comment section. I'm totally grateful. Okay, so without further ado, let's dive into the whole video. So how did I come to the UK? People that are very close to me know quite well that I've been so passionate about relocating. I always feel like I have more things to offer if I go outside, and yeah, it's my parents' dream, is my dream, and the country I've always had in mind was Canada. Yeah, this actually started even way before people started rushing to Canada and all that. My dad especially, have always been telling me, oh, you're going to go and do your masters in Canada and all that good stuff. So I've always had in mind to travel to Canada, to stay there and everything. Like, I never thought of any other country to go to. So even when I finished school and people were already rushing to Canada, I was like, okay, yeah, let's go and do it. So last year I started making plans to relocate to Canada. My initial plan was to go through student route, but a friend of mine literally talked me through the permanent residency thingy, like the express entry. And I felt like, oh, this is really cool, because I really don't want to go back to school immediately. I just want to make some money before even thinking of going back to school. So I started the process, how to enter the express entry pool. And because I studied a professional course, in case you don't know, I'm a pharmacist in Nigeria. Yeah, so because of my professional course, I can get what's it called, I can get my documents evaluated in the pharmacy body in Canada, and that would be like add extra point for me in the express entry pool. So I did all that, IELTS and everything, spent a whole lot of money, guys, and I was able to enter the pool with a good score. Okay, so throughout that last year, Canada didn't even put out a draw, didn't call anybody, so I was still hoping that, okay, now I've entered the pool, something will happen by the end of last year. And I did this like November. I entered the pool around November, so I was thinking December something will happen. I was very optimistic. So fast forward to January this year, they released a statement that there won't be any draw till like middle of this year, like July, and the draw will be like above 500, which is outrageous, which is impossible for anybody like me here in Nigeria to get that point. Like, even if you get you score the highest in your IELTS, you still won't be able to get that score. It can only be possible if you have like you have like a degree in Canada or something, you went to school there, or you have like something extra, not of the ordinary. Yeah, so it was not possible. And they said even if they call you, it's going to take like 36 months for them to finish processing your thing. So my dream of coming to Canada through that express entry literally went down like this. I was so devastated. Like, I remember I cried and stabbed myself for like 3 days. I was so depressed because I was running up with my NYSC in February, and I already planned that if I just finish my NYSC in February, I'll just leave the country as soon as possible. So I was devastated, and I didn't tell my parents immediately, because that's how my parents operate. If you are saying that this thing is not working, you should be able to come up with a counter plan that you start working. You can't just accept the bad news and just, just relax. You have to come up with something. And yeah, I can't believe that I spoke for 5 minutes now. Jeez. So I moved to, I have to think of other plans: USA, UK, Australia. My sister just said, take off Australia. Australia is not going to work for you. It's too far. If you go there, we'll stop seeing you and all that stuff. So I was like, okay, let's keep Australia part. And then US, I called my friend. He said that it took him like a year to finish writing all the articles and papers to be able to apply for postgraduate PhD. Yeah, so I didn't really know the process that well, and I felt like, okay, if I'm going to go there, how do I become a pharmacist? The process was super long and very difficult. I was like, I've not really thought about USA, so why would I even bother myself going there? So I was like, okay, UK, so what's going on in the UK? I have a friend there. I called him up, asked him some few questions. He was like, if you get everything ready in 3 months, you will get yourself in the country. I was like, voila. So it seems promising. I checked about their route on how to become a pharmacist in the country, and it seems pretty straightforward. Like, you do your 1-year program, then you do internship and write your professional exam. So it wasn't that tasking, and people have been doing it and have been getting their license. I was like, okay, why not jump on this train? So I spoke to my parents about it, and they bought the ideas. I started working towards how to write my IELTS, my academic IELTS, and do some evaluation to get into the program OSPAP. So unfortunately for me, I didn't meet up with the score of the IELTS twice. It was very devastating because I'm that kind of person. But yeah, I didn't meet up the score. But before the second result even came out, I heard that they have stopped taking for this year OSPAP. And I already made up my mind. The way I was going, I was ready to leave the country this year. So fast forward, I have to look for alternative course to take on my master's degree, and I just chose the same school that I was supposed to go for OSPAP, and I checked out the other courses they have, pharmacy related, something that will be useful to me because my Canada plant is still running, and I want a situation, even if I am doing a master's program, it will still be valid for me if I go to another country. I don't know whether you get what I mean, but if I'm doing OSPAP will only work here in the UK, and if I go to another country, there's nothing, it's not seen as a master's degree. So I chose something that is within my field, which is master's in pharmaceutical and biopharmaceutical formulations. It's something to do with drug manufacturing, which is something I've been passionate about since I was in school, and I did pretty well in my undergraduate study in that aspect of that course. So I took it up, and I really prayed so much about it. I was like, God, if this is not for me, please let it not work out. But if this is definitely for me, I don't want to, step on any stumbling block again. I just want it to be like a smooth sail. It being a smooth sail would be like, okay, this is what I want for you. I don't know whether you get what I mean. So I started the application. I got a response within 1 week. I started, they gave me a conditional offer to pay for my deposit, which I did. Everything was just moving smooth. Trust me, I didn't even pay anybody. Applying for the school, paying for my school fees, applying for my visa. I didn't pay anybody a dime because I don't even have the money to pay anybody. My parents are not ready to give me money for that, So I have to hustle. I have to hustle myself through. Like, I have to do everything by myself, and I was able to get my visa by that should be in July. I got my visa, and what else did I do? I started looking for accommodation, which thankfully I got accommodation before I entered the country. Bought my tickets. In September, I left Port Harcourt where I used to stay, moved back to my parents' house and prepared for my trip in October. And in October 11th, I landed here in the UK. I stay here in Sunderland. My school is University of Sunderland. Yeah. And so far, so good. I have no regrets. In as much as sometimes I still feel like, what is next for me in this country after this master's? Like, I have a whole lot of plans. My Canada plans is still on, still waiting for them to call me to apply. You know, I'm just leaving myself very, very free. I'm just being very, very open, neutral. However God wants to push me, wherever he wants to push me to, I'm definitely going there. It can be Australia, it can be UK, it can be US, it can be Canada. You know, I'm just like a free bird, because sometimes when you plan so much and you hope so much on it, it might not really be what God wants for you at that time. So for me, that's the case for me. I wanted Canada so bad. It didn't come true for me, and this might actually be where God wants me to be at this moment. I'm studying the course he wants me to study at this moment, and I'm super grateful about it. I'm super grateful for everything. My parents, all the people that kept on encouraging me, and me being here is God's grace. And I'm very, very thankful and grateful, even to you guys, my subscribers that are seeing my face, are watching my video. Thank you so much. I also want to say that if you're out there and you're still planning on relocating, don't be too scared if things might not go the right way or how you planned it to be. If you didn't go that way, trust me, be open-minded, try other options. One will definitely work out. You never can tell where God wants you to be at the moment. So this video is for me to encourage every one of you that's planning to relocate. Keep the candle burning, you know, keep dreaming, keep trying your best. And if you want to see more in details how I applied to school in the UK, how I got my my admission, my personal statement, application of visa, finding of accommodation, all that good stuff, like all the process I took on before I came in here. If you want to see all that video, let me know in the comment section, because I really plan to make videos like that, and just so to encourage somebody, because how I was able to do that was through YouTube. I watched a lot of videos and I followed people's experience and instructions to get myself here in this country. So thank you so much for staying here and watching to the very end. I am very, very grateful. To be honest, my videos have been super long, and I want to keep it short this time around. And yeah, so thank you so much, and I'll see you guys in my next video. But before I go, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. Yeah, so thank you. Bye.